The next piece of information that you need to know is that she is dead.
Oh my God.
레이첼 웨이드는 1990년 2월 27일에 플로리다주의 피넬라스 파크에서 태어났습니다. 그녀는 어렸을 때부터 학업보다 인간관계를 더 중요시했습니다. 부모님이 레이첼에게 통금 시간을 규정하자 그녀는 15살 때 19살의 남자와 같이 가출했습니다. 레이첼의 어머니는 이렇게 말했습니다. 관심 있는 남자가 자신을 좋아하게 만들기 위해선 무엇이든 하는 아이고 한번 남자친구가 생기면 절대 놓아주지 않는 아이다. 레이첼은 남자 문제로 고등학교 때 14번을 가출했고 결국 학교를 자퇴했습니다. 레이첼이 19살 때 그녀는 새로운 남자를 만나게 되었습니다. 그의 이름은 조시아 카마초. 조시아는 여자 관계가 복잡한 남자였고 레이첼을 만남과 동시에 세라라는 여자도 만나고 있었습니다. 두 여자는 조시아를 포기하지 않았고 이 셋의 삼각관계는 날이 갈수록 악화되었습니다. 조시아는 결국 레이첼에게 이별 통보 메시지를 보내고 세라와 남기로 결정했습니다. 이 사실을 알게 되자 레이첼은 세라에게 음성 메시지를 남깁니다.
Seriously, I told you to watch your back and not to chill with him. Now your ass is mine, and I'm guaranteeing you, I'm gonna murder you. I'm letting you know that now because you know what? Josh might have played me, but bitch, I'm gonna play your ass out too. Watch, you're a fat bitch, and I'm gonna kill you. I swear on my life. Watch out your window when I get off work tonight, you dumb bitch. You have this going for you that Josh wants you over me for. I got a job, have my own place. What? Seriously? He could get anything he wants from me. Any thing, not to mention that I look probably 10 times better than you. And you run your mouth. You still got your mommy and daddy's curfew, bitch, for God's sake. What why do you run your mouth and why are you that pathetic? Dumb, psychotic little bitches. And I'm telling you now, I'm gonna show you psycho. Keep with me. You're with the wrong person and with the one thing that I care about. So keep going, Sarah. Play your game because I'm gonna teach you how to grow up real quick.
레이첼은 당시 전 남자친구의 집인 하비에르의 집에 있었습니다. 세라는 이 협박 메시지를 듣자마자 하비에르의 집으로 차를 타고 출발합니다. 이제부터 세라와 레이첼의 주장이 갈립니다. 세라는 자신이 주차하는 중이었는데 레이첼이 자신의 차로 다가와서 공격했다고 주장했고 레이첼은 세라가 차를 자신을 칠 듯이 몰고 온 후 차에서 내려 곧바로 자신을 공격했다고 주장했습니다. 그렇게 몸싸움이 시작되었고 레이첼은 어쩔 수 없이 주머니에 있던 스테이크 나이프로 자신을 방어하기 시작했고 실수로 세라를 찔렀다고 주장했습니다. 세라는 곧바로 병원으로 이송되었고 치료를 받았지만 결국 사망했습니다. 가슴에 찔린 칼이 심장에 직접적인 상처를 입혔고 수술이 불가했던 것으로 밝혀졌습니다. 몇 시간 후 레이첼은 경찰에 긴급 체포된 후 신문실로 끌려왔습니다.
Why did you have it with you?
Because they said that they were going to find my car and follow me, and she threatened to kill me.
So are you telling me that you had it for some form of protection?
Yeah, because I know they're going to jump me. I know Josh's family. Josh has hit me before. Josh's brother threatened to hit me before.
Do you have a gun or anything else?
No.
Okay, so that was your form of protection.
세라가 레이첼을 찾아갔을 때 그녀는 친구 제넷과 다른 익명의 친구와 함께 갔습니다. 레이첼은 자신의 전 남자친구 하비에르와 친구 더스틴과 함께 있었습니다. 이 모든 사건의 중심인 조시아도 이 소식을 듣고 싸움을 말리기 위해 집에서 바로 출발했다고 합니다.
When you were arguing with Josh, you had it, is that right?
That was in my seat.
Okay, and did they tell you to put it away?
No, I didn't say anything.
Javier and Dustin didn't?
No, Javier asked me why I had it, and he said, do you really think, I told him it's so, like, if they see it, they'll leave me alone. Hopefully they'd just go away.
Right.
And he was like, because I guess Josh has come to his house with a gun before. He said that weapons don't scare them, and it wasn't going to do anything to them, and that was kind of the end of the conversation. He said, you know, they're not going to stop at anything.
Okay.
And I had it out when Sarah got there, hoping that she would just like walk away from me or see it and think that I was actually going to do something, and they both came after me.
All right, Rachel, walk me through it. You're sitting there, they pull up, Sarah gets out, you go out to the street where she's at, okay? Because what happened when you encountered her?
She just started screaming at me, and she laughed at me and said I wasn't going to do anything, and then she realized that I had a knife, and she kind of backed up, and then she started swinging on me anyways, and I just...
When you say she started swinging on you, what was she doing?
She started punching me in my face.
Flailing at you?
Yeah.
Punching?
And then I saw Janet coming around.
And where were you holding the knife at the time?
I just had it out to the side, and then I saw Janet coming at me, and I saw the other girl come around the back end of the car, and they were all screaming at me, and Janet was telling me that I was crazy and I wasn't going to do anything, and then, like, she said that she wished I would stab her.
Who said that?
Janet.
said, I wish you'd stab me?
Yeah, she said, I bet you won't stab me, I wish you would. And when Sarah was hitting me, I went to hit her, and I really did not mean stab her.
Okay.
I'm not going to kill somebody.
이 시점에서 레이첼은 아직 세라가 얼마나 다쳤는지 모르고 있고 아직 살아있다고 믿고 있을 겁니다. 그렇기 때문에 따로 변호사를 요구하지 않고 거침없이 신문에 응하고 있습니다. 레이첼은 오랫동안 괴롭힘에 시달려왔고 오로지 자신을 보호하기 위한 목적으로 칼을 챙긴 것이라며 자신을 피해자로 묘사하기 시작합니다.
Tell me how it happened.
So she was hitting me, and when I went to hit her back, I had put one of my hands up, and I tried to hit her back and keep my hands in front of me.
This is the knife. Show me how you were holding it. Okay? But now, if I'm Sarah and I'm in front of you, what were you doing with the knife? How did you
I had
have
it out to the side, and she started swinging on me, and then when I went to put my hands out, she was swinging on me, and I tried to defend myself from her, and then Janet came at me from the side.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I did not mean to stab her at all.
How many times did you stab her?
I guess once.
레이첼은 세라를 어깨에 한 번 그리고 가슴에 한 번, 총 2번 찔렀습니다. 가슴에 찔렀던 칼이 심장에 구멍을 냈고 세라는 곧바로 병원으로 이송되어 치료받았지만 끝내 사망했습니다. 영상의 형사는 이 사실을 알고 있었지만 레이첼로부터 더 많은 정보를 얻어내기 위해 일단 넘어가기로 결정합니다.
Okay, do you know where it hit her at?
No, I don't. I didn't see anything. I had both of them coming at me and Sarah hitting me to begin with.
Okay. After you stabbed her, did she go to the ground, fall to the ground?
I didn't see that. No, she was screaming at Janet after that. She was screaming, Janet, get in the car, your kids. That's all she would say. And then I didn't see her. And I still heard her yelling her name. That's all I heard was Janet, Janet, get in the car.
Sarah didn't have any weapon with her at all, right? She wasn't carrying a bat or a gun or a knife that you saw, right? Okay. And do you know what my job is? What?
To take care of things like this, to make sure things like this don't happen.
Well, I understand that. That's overall the police's job. But my specific job, do you know what it is?
To figure out the details of everything.
Well, that's part of it. You're correct. My real title is I'm a homicide detective.
레이첼이 계속해서 자신은 정당방위로 실수로 찌른 것이라는 말을 반복하자 이제는 형사가 자신이 살인사건 전문 형사라는 것을 밝힙니다. 현재 상황의 심각성을 상기시켜줌과 동시에 불안감과 스트레스를 심어줍니다. 또한 지금까지 레이첼이 해왔던 거짓말을 드러내며 더 이상의 거짓말은 소용이 없으니 진실을 말하라고 압박합니다.
Okay, they called me because of the serious nature of her injuries. Okay, she was stabbed. Alright, she was stabbed twice. Because before I came here to talk to you, I went down and saw her at the hospital. Okay, she's stabbed twice in the chest. And she has no other injuries on her whatsoever. The next piece of information that you need to know is that she is dead.
Oh my God.
Okay, she died as a result of these stab wounds that she had at Northside Hospital.
I didn't know what any of this happened. I just wanted them to finally leave me alone.
All this over Josh?
I just didn't want them to terrorize me anymore. They follow me everywhere. They come to my job. They come to my house. I did
She's not going to follow you anymore because she's dead now.
Oh my God. I should have just stayed home, but every time I call the cops, they don't do anything. They don't. They tell me that they have to have physical proof of them injuring me or something.
이 신문 이후 레이첼 웨이드는 2급 살인 혐의로 기소되었습니다. 그녀의 재판은 2010년 7월 20일에 진행되었습니다. 레이첼의 변호사는 정당방위를 주장하며 배심원단을 설득시키려 했습니다. 아주 오랜 기간 동안 세라와 그녀의 친구들이 레이첼을 괴롭혔다고 주장했습니다. 노래방에서도 레이첼을 조롱하는 가사로 노래를 부르고 집단으로 그녀를 따돌림시켰기에 이런 일이 발생한 것이라고 덧붙였습니다. 검찰 측은 조슈아를 둘러싼 삼각관계가 세라를 살해한 동기 요인이라며 레이첼을 비난했고 레이첼이 문자메시지와 음성메시지를 통해 세라를 협박했던 자료들을 증거물로 제출했습니다. 조슈아 카마초와 그의 친구들도 모두 증인으로서 검찰 측을 도왔습니다. 레이첼 웨이드는 유죄 판결을 받았고 27년형을 선고받았습니다.